Hey, welcome back to Push Talk. We are back. What is today? You enjoying your water, Bree? I just said I was parched.
Yep.
And you good? Just wanted to make sure. But it's what's today? The 11th, April 11th. We have had a crazy 2 weeks. So we started off 2 weeks ago. We were in D.C. And we just updating everybody on what's going on because we have a whole bunch of really cool events going on that we want to talk about today in this short time we have. But we were in D.C. 2 weeks ago. Protesting for Ketanji Jackson's nomination, and I am super happy to report. What's today? Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
It's Monday, and now we don't have Judge Jackson, but we have presumptive nominee or presumptive Justice Jackson because she's not hypothetically in office yet. But this is the picture. I love this picture, and we text literally after this. But literally, this is the picture when the vote came in. And she just broke down crying, and she said, like, this is one of the most transformative moments of her life. But at the same time, it should have been more than 53 to 47, but we ain't going to go into details of that. It doesn't make a difference. In the end of June, we're going to have our first elected African-American female sitting on the bench. How does that make you feel, James?
I'm all for it. I'm excited about it, and I'm actually looking forward to the swearing-in ceremony to see how that, because I know that's going to be when it's official.
Yeah, official.
So the voting part, and that's one thing, but the swearing-in is something else, and that's when I really want to be, and that's when we should all be excited because that is the official.
And it'll be around the time of Juneteenth.
Yeah, it certainly will be.
What about you, Bree? How do you feel about it?
I'm super excited. I actually heard the news when I was in New York, and they had a conference, and everybody just stopped and just started celebrating. So I'm pretty excited. I think that this is just giving hope to little black girls out there. It was a long time coming, and it's only up from here.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is, like, I'm not even so caught up. Like, I'm caught up in the moment, right? I'm super ecstatic that we have our first black female justice. But I'm also ecstatic that what she does to the bench is going to be something totally different. She brings a spectrum to the last person that we had to actually sit on the bench who was a defender of people was the first black elected justice to the bench, and that was
Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall, yeah, I'm having brain farts all day today, but Thurgood Marshall, he was the first one. And Thurgood Marshall, people don't even know this, he worked for the NAACP prior to being on the bench as a defense attorney, right?
Yeah.
And she's the first justice we've ever had since Thurgood Marshall that has that kind of experience. So you know what, kudos to Ketanji. Justice or Judge Jackson. I love her to death. She's a native of South Florida. Been on I've heard her speak numerous times, been on panels with her, and I'm super excited. But last week, Bree, we all, me, you, Ricky, traveled to New York. Some of us spent more of our time enjoying New York or enjoying the convention. But we were there for the National Action Network convention. And tell everybody about what happened there.
So we went there from, Wednesday to Saturday, and I had a great time. It was full of knowledge. There was a lot of intellects there, great panel discussions. One in particular, they talked about HBCUs, which I was excited because I went to Hampton. So
You're not the only one went to HBCU. I'll give my family some credit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Listen,
Shoot.
The school of
got a Morehouse man over there.
Oh, don't remind me.
Nice
Daryl Manns always reminds me. He said Daryl Mann would tell me, and Daryl Mann is the assistant DA in Gwinnett County, but he always reminds me. He said, "There's no man like a Morehouse man."
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about HBCUs, and one of the parts that I was there for. One of the parts for me that was the most heart tugging was when the mothers of people have lost, like Trayvon Mom's Martin was there.
Angels.
Yeah, all of them. And there was a mother who was just recently, he'd been in the news because her son just died February 2nd.
Yeah.
Her son just got killed February 2nd to gun violence.
And that was super. And then during the panel, they actually came out saying that they weren't going to arrest the officers that did it. So that was literally during the panel. So
they announced that.
Yeah, that they announced it. So yeah, that's Amir Locke, who I didn't even know his stories till I went to the panel.
Is that the young man that was on his couch sandwich, and they served a no
knock,
warrant.
and kicked the door in, and he jumped up
and
out
lost
of his
life.
sleep with
But
his
it was
pistol.
interesting because while we were there
9
again,
seconds.
we found out that they were not going to prosecute the officers, and to see the mic doesn't like what we're saying, but it's cool. But to be able to see the mom's reaction in real time, for me, I thought was different.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, you were there. Because it was crazy because it was Trayvon Martin's mother, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, Amir Locke. So it was a lot, and that was the most emotional panel because to see all of
Crump
these.
was there.
Yeah.
He hosted it, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ben Crump was there. Yes, and so it was such a powerful and emotional panel because they had so much strength still. Even the woman, Amir's Locke mother, she was saying, y'all killed the wrong one because I'm never gonna stop. He was a spiritual being, and you can never kill someone like that. And she was basically saying she's never going to stop till there's justice. And that's how a lot of the mothers said. So, yeah, that was a powerful one. That was really, really powerful. I'm glad we got to make that one.
So, we went to New York. James didn't go with us, but we had an awesome opportunity to kind of just network, to just get to know what other people around the country are doing, to hear about what's going on in other states. Because I believe that knowledge is power. Like, we can't be just not okay with what's going on in Georgia. We have to not be okay with Florida, what's going on in Florida. We got to not be okay with what's going on in Texas. And across the nation, man, we see like laws are being passed that, as we know, Georgia just ended our legislative agenda, and they pushed through 5 bills literally where they introduced them or they went into conference, and they literally gave them to elected officials at 10 o'clock at night and said, you got 1 hour to read it. And they did what they call vote-a-rama, and they voted all 5 bills in from 11 to 11:59. So that just tells you that, when stuff like that is done in the heat of night, there's a reason why. But I encourage everybody, go online, go to sos.ga.gov, I think they can go to. Or Google, man. If you Google everything else, like Google the bills that were passed in this last legislative agenda, definitely in the state of Georgia. Read on them, know the rules. But it's not just enough to educate ourselves, right? So tomorrow we have a big day. We are going out and putting our foot to the pedal, should I say? Is that the best way of putting it?
We're going to the front lines.
We're going to the front lines tomorrow. And it's not just some of us, but everybody from our office is going. I think it's 10 of us are going. So we want to invite everybody else and leave this up for a minute, Ali. I want everybody to kind of really get this, but we want to invite you out to You Can't Stop Us From Voting. We will be there on Election Day 2020. And this is being hosted by the AME Church of Georgia, so the whole coalition, New Birth, First Iconium, so many different churches up there. But as you guys see on the bottom, which I can't see, I don't know, but I think you see it over there on the bottom. Black Push is one of the nonprofits that's a part of it, as well as Fair Count, New Georgia, the People Agenda, Georgia Stand Up, ACLU. So tomorrow we'll be out at. We're asking all faith leaders and people of all faiths, so not just people who are Christian, to come out tomorrow, April 12th at 11 a.m. at the Martin Luther King Center for Social Change at 449 Auburn Avenue, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. Please join us together as we demand voting rights and we begin organized to vote on Election Day, because it's not enough just to talk about it. It's time for us to get to work about it. And immediately after the march, join our Unity March in Prayer at the John Lewis Memorial at 219 Auburn Avenue, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. They will be offering parking at Ebenezer Baptist Church at 101 Jackson Street, which we know that's the church of our current Senator Raphael Warnock. He's opening up his church in Big Bethel AME Church for people to be able to park at. So get there early. We'll be there at 10 a.m. We'll be out there. So we want to encourage everybody to come out. James, anything you want to throw into that?
No. It's just an exciting time to be able to get out and do what we do, and just be out in the streets and not only rallying for voting rights and whatnot, but also being able to show our support from Black Push to another organization, and showing that we are behind them when it comes to social injustice, when it comes to voting rights and everything. And you all know me, I say it all the time. Make sure that you're registered to vote, and then get out and vote. But make sure you know what the issues are and who you need to vote for.
That's right.
Because these are the things, particularly when it comes to midterm elections, these are the laws that are going to affect you the most. Your city, your county, your state laws are going to affect you the most. So make sure you're registered to vote. And if you have the time to come out and join us, please come and do so. I don't mind shaking hands or bumping fists at this time.
Yeah, and I will say this too. Just jump back to the National Action Network. There was another very exciting guest. Fat Joe came out and he talked about. I think it was Fat Joe.
I wish I sent the picture. Yeah, Fat Joe. He was there and he was great. Like, he just talked about where he was from, like living in the projects, and how like when he was growing up, he was too light to be considered from the hood, even though he's like Puerto Rican, but it's like his father was dark skinned, and you know what I'm saying? Just talking about how we're one, how we all need to get together, whether you're Puerto Rican, whether you're African American, whatever. But he was great. Also, there was different panels. One of my favorites, I like the cancel culture one. So that was cool because they just talked about cancel culture, the effects of it. And then there was like JoJo Simmons, who, do y'all know Reverend? Well, y'all know, Run DMC. Yeah, his son. So, and that was a few people. And that lady next to her with the short hair, she was phenomenal. She talked about like, just knowing yourself and, and yes, we have Miss Ford over here. She was great. Y'all know who that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it was just a panel. It was a panel full of just great people. I think Amy Klobuchar has pictures of you with Amy.
Oh
Klobuchar
yes, and then
there.
Amy Klobuchar, she was amazing. She was cool. Her husband was there. I spoke to her for a second. Made a little joke with her. She laughed. She thought it was funny.
And I thought the conference was really good in general. It opened up with the mayor of New York coming out. He was there.
Oh, he's there, and he's the first African American man to be the mayor.
Mayor of New York.
Yeah.
And he actually got sworn in on. So for those who like New York, very rare, but for those who like New York, as you know, New York does a big Times Square event. And he got sworn in at Times Square. So right after a few minutes out there, everybody did the kissing and hugging.
Yeah. They
went right into his swearing-in ceremony. So it was pretty cool.
It was good.
But the message that I think I come back taking from it is that it's not just enough for us to be working single-handedly on these issues. It's more about partnership, collaboration, and making sure that we're bringing our voices, definitely if it's joint, together to push these initiatives. So I want to encourage everybody, join us tomorrow. As we go out there. Also, too, just stay attached to our website, stay attached to our app. We have a lot of big events coming up. We're going to Augusta on May 21st. For our fourth One Accord Conference. We are also going to be having our first ever gala. Black Push is hosting our gala on July 16th this year, where we'll be honoring people who are doing things in the community. So I'm super excited about that. And tickets will go quick. So the information about that will be coming out this week. And it'll be at the Omni Hotel. So, I mean, we're going to be at the Omni, eating our filet mignon, whatever they got. But all that information will be coming out on our website this week. And we're just super excited. So we just wanted to kind of come on today and let everybody know that, hey, we are out here on the street. We are working. We are still building better together. And the mission is bigger than us all, right? We want to invite everybody to partner with us on the mission going forward. I think that was it for today. But tomorrow we'll be live. Tomorrow we'll be live from like 11 till the end of it. We'll be on Facebook Live, so follow our Facebook tomorrow. And so instead of PushTalk being on, we'll be shooting live videos from the actual rally tomorrow. And I am super excited because there will be dynamic speakers there, like Reverend McDonald alone himself is amazing. And I know he's going to get on me about saying this, but he's amazing. Lee May will be there. Pastor Lee May. I'm sorry. I say this. I got to always remember to say the names. Reverend Shannon Jones, who's amazing. So many different amazing people. Reverend Dr. Bishop, whatever, Jamal Bryant. He has so many titles now I can't even keep up. But Bishop Jamal Bryant from New Birth will be there. And as we know, like we get ready to celebrate, in the Christian community, we're getting ready to celebrate the death of Jesus and resurrection of Jesus. And the most important aspect of it, I think that it's funny how we're doing this at a time where it was supposed to be his death and resurrection was supposed to highlight us coming together. So join us tomorrow as we come together on these events, and we'll be here live. But until next time, until tomorrow, continue to pray for us as we pray for you, and we'll see you tomorrow.